Yeah, so this is part 2 of the engine re-and-re on the Alltrack for the 2.0 T-swap. And I'm gonna show you what we got done today. To all you haters on Instagram who keep telling me, oh, you should have just RS3 DAZA swapped it. Sure, give me 30 grand and I'll make it happen. This is how she sits right now. Got the 1.8 T out. Core support, rad, intercooler, all in one place. AC is still connected, just out of the way. Got the 2.0 T ready to go, ready to drop right in. Got the trans mated to the motor, all hooked up, ready to go. And I'm currently disassembling this turbo on the 1.8 T because that's going to be for sale. This Garrett right here. We're here with, what's your name again?
I'm Dylan.
And we're here with that other guy, whatever his name is.
Hey.
How long did this take?
4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours roughly, yeah.
Started by 11:30, yeah.
That's fucking wonderful. That's great.
So the next step at this point, we're gonna do something a little bit extra. So now that the engine is out of the engine bay and it's pretty bare inside, we're gonna be upgrading the front sway bar to the CTS front sway bar upgrade, just because it's super easy to get in there now and undo everything. So we might as well do that. Then after that, the next step would be to get this engine in there, bolt it up, mock it up a little bit, and then after that, start bolting up the auxiliary rads. All right, so I'm not gonna bore you guys with the whole engine install because it installs just like the original engine. So I'm just gonna show you guys the final product here after the engine went in. Oh, this is how the car sits right now, guys. As you can see, we got the Golf R engine installed in the engine bay. We got the core support back together. We got the auxiliary rads mounted up to the frame rails. Still got to situate the hoses for them and figure out where they go, but I'm gonna do that another day. Yeah, turbo's on. Most of the stuff is hooked up. CTS mounts. Still have to deal with the MPI system. Okay, so fast forward to the next day now. I'm a lazy piece of shit today and I did not get a single thing done from what you guys last seen, but there is a few updates. That coolant hose that I was talking about, that I said I have no idea where it goes, it was a coolant hose that's missing off of that auxiliary coolant pump that's mounted to the engine block, and I finally figured out where that goes. So that goes from that nipple to that nipple. And then this hose goes to the auxiliary radiator, routes all the way back, and goes to this hose right here. And then this hose connects to the factory radiator adapter on this nipple right here. So finally figured out where that hose goes, so I'm super happy. Now, that being said, I am not very happy, and I'll tell you why at the same time. I was looking for that coolant hose everywhere, and unfortunately, I couldn't find it at the local junkyard because the Mark 7.5 Golf R is just way too new to be, you know, crashed or being parted out, so you don't see a lot of those out there. So unfortunately, I did have to go to the dealership to buy this hose, and let me tell you, I got hosed on this hose. $216. That's right, just for a stupid coolant hose that goes from the DSG cooler to the auxiliary coolant pump. That's right, $216. Thank you so much, VW. Another good update that we have is I just got the ECU back from the programmer slash hacker guy who unlocked it. So finally got that back. So this is the same 2019 Golf R ECU that's from the donor car that's supposed to run this Mark 7.5 engine, and it runs on a Simos 18.10. And you guys don't know the story. When I first got this ECU, it was currently on a stage 2 software from another tuner, and due to this, my tuner could not tune it because the last tuner that tuned it, okay, this is a fucked up sentence. The original owner that tuned this ECU on their Golf R, their tuner locked it and encrypted it with many passwords so that way nobody else can access these files and modify them. So I had to take this to a very special programmer guy who deleted the original ECU file from the original car, completely wiped it, and uploaded a stock software file and deleted the immobilizer so that way we can install it in our car and not have any problems. We also need to do some Otis adaptations and coding. If you guys don't know what Otis is, it's basically the dealership software for Volkswagen and Audi, kind of like VCDS, but way stronger, way better, and more capable. What's going to need to happen once this Golf R ECU is in our Alltrack is Otis needs to marry this computer to the rest of the modules inside the car, and in a nutshell, with the Otis program, we need to tell this ECU that the rest of this car is also a Golf R. So let's say we go to the gateway module, transmission module, the comfort control module. We need to tell all of those that this is no longer an Alltrack. We need to tell them in computer fancy words, we need to tell all those modules that this is a Golf R now. Obviously, as you guys can see, this is no easy task to swap this motor into the Alltrack. If this was super easy, you'd see a lot more of these with the 2.0T swap left and right, but this is no easy task, and I'm making this video because literally nobody else made a video on this. So it's plus for you guys if you're wanting to attempt this swap yourself. There's also other alternatives, such as doing the GLI 2.0T swap, but in my opinion, it's kind of useless to do that because it's essentially the same engine as the 1.8, just a slightly stronger bottom end, but the GLI also does not have the additional exhaust variable valve lift, so in my opinion, it's not as good of a swap. The last update for today is I did order some OEM Golf R inner fender liners, the lower ones, because they have that air scoop grill shutter for the airflow to be passing through the auxiliary rad. The one we have now that sits right here is for the fog lights. There's a circular door that opens. You can change your fog light bulb. So we're throwing those ones out, and we're going to install the proper Golf R fender liner that has the little grill shutter style air scoop thingy. Okay, guys, so that's it for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. In part 3, we're going to have the bumper on. We're going to have the MPI hooked up, and hopefully be coating this bitch with Otis and make her run. Until next time, peace.